What is up, everybody? It is late at night here in the Red Eye Garage. That's why we call it that. I haven't been working late as much anymore, but my wife went to bed and I was just like, I'm not tired and I got stuff to do. So we're out here in the Red Eye Garage. I think it's almost midnight now. And I got some big fat lights to put on the Jetta. If you follow me very much, you know I've made these light bar mounts for a long time. I don't even know. We're in like a couple different countries now, and I've got them all over the United States. And I have one on my car. My lights haven't been on here in a long time because some lovely person at Walmart backed into them and smashed them and drove off. So I haven't had lights for a while, and that's not looking good for someone trying to sell off-road lighting stuff. So I want to test out my bar and push it a little bit more, so I bought the biggest, cheesiest lights I could find. These things weigh about as much as 6 quarter-pounders with cheese. I don't know. They're heavy. I'll have to weigh them. They are HID 6-inch big massive things. So I don't know how long we'll keep them on there, but I want to put the bar to the test and see how it works. So let's get started. I make my bars for something more like a Hella 500 light, or some the Amazon LED lights are really popular. So I try to keep it pretty close to the bumper. A lot of people also run like LED light bars. So to use these big massive things, I cut some 1/4-inch tabs. We're going to make extensions, so I'm going to fit them in there nice and tight, put a bolt through that. Just for now. If I like them and I'm going to keep them, I'll cut these off and weld a lot, or even maybe just weld them onto that. But I've got to space it out a little bit because these things are so big they just hit the bumper. So this gives you an idea about how large they are. So we need to move out right about 1 inch. I don't care if it's close, I just don't want it rubbing and vibrating, scratching the bumper. So we'll get those spacers drilled out and get some bolts in there and paint them to match, or at least paint them black so they don't get rusty. Alright, so to make sure these have some rigidity to them, I am going to push them right up against the bar, so that'll keep them from turning, and just try to center it. This doesn't have to be too precise, but I am going to just use a marker and get an exact hole there. I drill these out to fit a 3/8 bolt, so I'm going to drill that as small as I can to still fit a bolt in there so there's no movement, and then we'll snug it up. And I'm going to mark this one with a D for driver's side. And then we'll come over here and do the same thing. We'll put a P on this one for passenger side, just in case there's any variance in as far as where the holes go. And like I said, I want this to be snug. I'm not going to cover this part too in depth because it's pretty basic. We got the parts in the vise. We're just going to eyeball them with a center drill and punch some holes. That's it. In my haste, and since I'm such a ding-dong, I forgot to drill the actual hole for the light, so I had to go back in and do that. So we have the hole for the extension mount, and then the hole for the light. They use a 1/2 inch as opposed to my 3/8 for the mount. So let's get them on there if needed, but this will work for now. Make them nice and tight. We got a lock washer on there and grade 8 3/8 bolt. That'll work. Do the other side now. Okay, I borrowed my wife's portion scale. Thanks, Andrea. For you Americans out there, we got her set on pounds and ounces. One light, 2 pounds, 10 ounces. So then for you metric fellas out there, we do the grams, yeah? $1,213 grams. I don't know what that means, but there you go. So we'll go with 2 pounds 10 ounces because I know what that means. They are installed. We're gonna get them adjusted and fire it up and see how they work. I think I've got them just about adjusted right. I know it looks really bright on the ground, but here in real life it's pretty good. So that's just the fog lights. Now we'll turn them off. This is just low beam. Wait, no, that's high beam. Low beam, high beam, and now we'll kick on the extras. So that adds a lot of distance. It's hard to see on the camera, but I'd say they go out as far or farther than the halogens I had on. They do match the color of my LEDs a little more, so that's kind of nice. Because the halogens were kind of yellow and then the LEDs are kind of white, so you had two different light colors or temperatures or whatever they call them. So overall, for all I paid for them, they're not too bad. We're home. There's the Jeep. So now drive my neighbors nuts one more time, pull the Jeep in the garage. So that's the fog lights. Once they're warmed up, they seem to turn right back on, so that's cool. Alright everyone, that's it for tonight. It's like 1:30, I'm pooped, got the Jeep put away, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the sack. And so I guess that's it. Until next time, thanks for watching, and catch you later.